Hey Virgo, it's Ashley. We're going to look at your eclipse bonus, see what's going on for you during eclipse season this year, or rather this winter, depending on where you're at in the world. We've already got two popping out here. Eagle, very cool energy, and the Sweat Lodge. Okay. So we're going to look at a couple of themes here, and then we're going to do a Celtic cross, and then we will clarify what's going on. But in the meantime, wanted to let you know that down in the description box you can find each of the, I've listed out each of the lunation cycles that are happening during eclipse season. And then I put the house that's impacted in your chart. So this reading is first and foremost for rising sign Virgos and sun sign Virgos. So be sure to watch your rising sign, and I'll talk about the houses that are impacted during the reading. And it does feel like that's what's coming up already here for the Virgo reading. So, and then if you don't know what your rising sign is, you can look down below as well. I've listed a free website where you can look that up for yourself. So be sure to check that out. Alright. So I'm going to do my best to get most of the cards on screen here. They're going to fall off a little bit. Alright. Ooh, loving the sixes here. And we have, I'll show them all to you, because this is kind of a wide spread here. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. Could certainly be going through some rough monetary issues right now. Could also be some sort of rejection that's happening here. Now that could be from someone, that could be you leaving a job, that could be a number of things. So we'll see how that potentially comes up in your reading. And I think what I'll do for your reading here is we're going to clarify as we go through. So, heart of the matter, we have the Five of Swords. So you can see this guy sitting alone. His companions are walking off because he got all the swords. And so it's kind of like this winner-take-all energy here. It can be conflict, harsh words happening. So let's clarify that real quick and see what that's about. Why do we have the Five of Swords for Virgo during eclipse season? And heads up, eclipse season is November 4th all the way through January 2nd. So it's quite a period of time. So this may or may not resonate right off the bat, right? Five of Swords is clarifying the Five of Swords. And the Two of Cups. So it could certainly be a love situation, some fighting going on here with a soulmate. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. Could be a friendship here where you're encountering some harsh conflict. And when I say that, I mean both of you could be mentally conflicted and also kind of battling it out verbally with one another. Now the Queen of Swords is sitting in the crossing energy here. So you may be cutting something out here. Let's see if the Queen of Swords could be dealing with an air sign. We have the Three of Cups. Okay, we had several pop out here. The Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So I do feel like perhaps someone here wants to reunite with you and you're like, nope. If we're dealing with a love situation. For some of you, I immediately feel like, or felt like when I pulled that Three of Cups, with that Queen of Swords there, you may have a friend in your environment here that's putting a lot into your ear that may or may not be beneficial to you. It could very well be someone that you trust and that has, is very intelligent. But if they're offering up a lot of opinions about this relationship situation, it could very well be that they're influencing your choices here. And you're remaining single here, Virgo, as a result of being guarded against, I feel like, a reconciliation offer from whoever's been fussing and fighting with you here. So keep that in mind if you've got, a friend in your ear that's giving you all their opinions, and I don't feel like that's ever a great idea. Sure, we have people that side with us and want us to succeed, and oftentimes they definitely mean well, but sometimes it's not helpful at all, right? And we'll talk about these oracle cards here shortly. In the distant past, we had a Four of Wands. So this could have been a marriage. You may have moved in with someone, this particular relationship here, but it's essentially union of some kind and a celebration of that. And we'll see what clarifies that. What's going on with the Four of Wands here for Virgo? We have the King of Pentacles, so some Taurus energy. This could have been a spouse for some of you, for sure. And the Ten of Wands. So it could have been an ending to a marriage here in the distant past. And when I say distant past, I just mean it didn't happen 2 weeks ago, right? So I do feel like there was some sort of stability here that was brought to a close as well, because with the King of Pentacles here and the Four of Wands, it may have kind of shaken up your world for this to come to a close. I mean, we do have the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, so definitely this feeling of, perhaps being left out in the cold. I mean, even if you were the one to end it, it could be a situation where it still, leaves you feeling ejected from something that felt stable at one point. In the recent past, we have the Six of Swords, so clearly moving on from something. Could for sure be this relationship ending. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like you rejected an offer here and you're moving forward. So it could be that this past person, this Taurus energy, like I said, could have also been an air sign here. Lots of strong Taurus here though. So, and their reading, I feel like Taurus's reading was kind of like, I can always tell when there's like blocks because it's very difficult to pick up on or explain what I'm picking up on. And you might want to watch that if you're dealing with a Taurus, because we have it here 1, 2, 3 times, and a lot of earth energy. They were also getting that. Okay, so I do feel like someone made an offer and you rejected it. So somebody is definitely feeling left out here. Whether this was a reconciliation attempt here, which we'd already talked about, I feel like that rejection happened recently. Now in the crowning position, so this is what you're thinking about, this is the potential here, we have the Hierophant. So this is Taurus energy, this is commitment, this is higher spiritual learning. Why do we have the Hierophant? We have the Magician. So perhaps you're working towards a new commitment, or the Taurus that you have walked away from is still attempting to manifest you back into their life here. Yeah, and you're still not accepting. So they're not giving up here, and I feel like you're still like, nope, don't want it. Could be dealing with an Aries, with the Emperor showing up there. I do feel like perhaps I'm reading for a feminine Virgo, and you may be dealing with a masculine Taurus here. So now we have the Emperor and the Empress. And really the only thing it's saying to me about what went wrong here was there was just a lot of fighting of some kind. A lot of conflict between the two of you. Now in the near future you have the Six of Wands. Some kind of victory here. Some Leo energy showing up. We have the Eight of Cups. So perhaps you finally escaped this. And the Star. Okay. Which is very interesting. Very in line with the Taurus reading. They have the Star in this position as well. So I do feel like you're trying to walk towards something more emotionally fulfilling and something that will put you in more of a healing energy. I think this person maybe finally gets the point here and you're able to move forward on your path. Now in your energy, we have the Empress here. You know, could be wanting to birth something new. Definitely sitting in strong energy for yourself. Why do we have the Empress? Yep, and you're moving on. So it's kind of like your advice to yourself. You're telling yourself it's time to go. And you're guarded against these attempts to bring you back into this commitment, into this relationship, into this reconciliation here. So in the environment we have Justice. So it could certainly be an ongoing divorce taking place as far as the legal aspect of it. Yeah. I think it comes to a close here during eclipse season. Now Wheel of Fortune is in your hopes and fears. So I do feel like you're ready for a shift into a new direction. Somewhere you can rebuild, collaborate with others, kind of start rebuilding your own security here. And we have King of Swords. Could have someone coming in here. Now this is in your hopes and fears. So I think you're wanting things to shift and rebuild, but I think you're coming out of this whole dynamic with a higher perspective, more wisdom, and that ties in strongly with this Eagle energy. So I will read those two oracle cards to you in just a moment. In the outcome, we have the Seven of Wands, Six of Cups. Still this energy of like fending off this past soulmate. Wheel of Fortune again. What comes in after that Wheel of Fortune? Knight of Cups. So I feel like if you continue to close the door on this offer that keeps coming in, you will have something new come through. So, and it will shift. It'll shift during eclipse season because we've got the Wheel of Fortune twice here. So definitely a karmic move happening for you as you remove yourself from this past relationship. Now, one thing I want to mention is that the eclipse that's happening on, I believe it's December 4th. Yes. That is the eclipse that's taking place in Sagittarius, and that's happening in your 4th house. So you very well may be moving. We've got the Six of Swords here twice. It could be that you're the one moving into a new home. The 4th house is home, roots, you know, that kind of thing. And the Sagittarius eclipse is a new moon. And so new beginnings when it comes to your home. Definitely coming up for Virgo. The Taurus eclipse, which is happening on the 19th of November, is happening in your 9th house. A huge deer just ran by out front here. I can see out my windows. And it was a giant buck. Holy cow. So perhaps some abundance coming in for you, Virgo, as well, with the buck showing up there. But your Taurus energy is happening in the 9th house. So that's kind of like your views, your beliefs, your religion. You know, could be even embarking on some new sort of learning journey over the next 18 months. It has to do with like higher education, so you might be kind of diving into some webinars or going back to school, that kind of thing. Now, we have the eagle, which is one of my favorite energies, spirit totems. You know, it's this, you know, we always talk about the eagle eye, being able to see from way up high. And what this card specifically says, which I always think of when I see this pop up, is, you know, the eagle takes flight and soars up way, way high in order to search for its next meal, right? And then it dives down and grabs it. And it compares it to a chicken. So, like, if you're a chicken, you live in a chicken coop and you know when your next meal is going to be and you're on a routine and it's stable, right? And how the eagle is much more a risk taker because it has to go out and soar to these great heights in order to find its next meal. So it's kind of like this leap of faith energy, but also, you know, very Sagittarius, higher perspective energy showing up there. With the Sweat Lodge, you can see this figure's entering the Sweat Lodge. And so kind of what this talks about is kind of really purging old toxic stuff, whether that's within you or things from your life. It's like we go into the Sweat Lodge to have an experience with ourselves where we can release things that are negative in our life. So that definitely seems to be the theme of what's going on for you, Virgo, during eclipse season. Again, you might want to check out that Taurus reading because it was similar in some ways, but I feel like there were a lot of blocks in the Taurus reading, but you're getting a lot of the same cards and definitely some strong Taurus energy showing up here. So I hope that was helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye.